Another book on our community helpers are trash men. It says, Follow That Trash, all about recycling. So they come and get our trash and our recycling. It says, every day you throw out about 4 pounds of trash. That's a lot of trash. So does everyone else in America. So everybody else plus you makes a lot of trash. In a year, that's 180 million tons, enough to fill a line of garbage trucks halfway to the moon. So that is going to be a lot. But after you put out your trash, what happens to it? So when the trash men come and get it, what happens? It says, getting rid of garbage is a problem. Most trash is buried in places called landfills. But landfills fill up. They're ugly and dangerous too. Some leak poisons that pollute our water. Yuck! Who wants to drink water that can make you sick? Some people are trying to pass laws to stop landfills. So landfills are a big pile of dirt, and they bury all the trash in the landfills. And it just gets higher and higher and higher. So stuff like toys that you throw out that are broken, those are things, and all the other trash that goes in the landfill. But some of it can break down, but other stuff doesn't break down. Trash is also burned in incinerators. Incinerators make lots of smoke. Some of the smoke is poisonous. P.U. No one wants to breathe that stuff, that smelly stuff. It says burning trash also makes soot and ashes. So that's the black stuff in the sky, and the ashes are the particles that comes down. Soot makes our clothes dirty, and our faces dirty too. People don't want incinerators where they live, would you? So would you want to go outside and smell all that yucky smoke from them burning trash? Is there a better way to get rid of trash? There sure is. Recycling. Recycling means turning things that have been used into new things. Much of the trash we throw away can be recycled. Nature recycles what it grows. Dead trees and plants rot. They go back into the earth to make new soil. People recycle scraps of food, such as apple cores and banana peels. They use them to fertilize gardens. The scraps help flowers and vegetables grow. So what they have right here is called a compost bin. And you throw all your food scraps in there, not only certain ones. And then you kind of mix it up a little bit, and your families can use it in gardens. It helps their soil. But nature can't recycle everything. If you drink a can of apple juice, what happens to the can? Metal cans are not so easy to get rid of. Neither are things like glass jars, plastic bottles, and newspapers. That's why you keep them. Then you take them out on special days, recycling pickup days. So all that stuff, glass, paper, you recycle that stuff. Look, everybody's trash is in bins out on the curb. The bins are full of glass jars, plastic bottles, and metal cans. Next to them are piles of newspapers. So we have big, giant blue bins that we can put recycling in. Soon a truck comes by. It collects all of the things to be recycled from every house. But where does the garbage go from there? So they're collecting all the recycling. It goes to a recycling plant. Here, trucks tip their loads onto the tipping floor of a huge garage. So that's all the piles of recycling. In one part of the garage, the truck tips loads of glass, plastic, and metal. In another part, the truck tips loads of newspapers. So they have to separate it out into the different piles. Mountains of trash rise up. Wow! Imagine wasting all this. And somewhere in that great big mess is your small pile of trash. A tractor shoves the glass, plastic, and metal onto a moving belt. Things that don't belong there, like laundry baskets and lawn chairs, are taken off. They could break the machinery, so some people throw away things that should not be recycled. The belt moves on. It passes under a strong magnet. Whoomp! The magnet pulls up steel cans used for soup, vegetables, and other foods. Then they are dropped into a bin. So things that you can't recycle, they take out. The rest of the trash on the belt goes through a great shaking box. It is like a big sifter. It shakes out small pieces of glass. They fall into another bin. They will be crushed and used to make roads. So our glass helps to make roads. The belt keeps on moving. It moves under a blower. Whoosh! There's a big blast of air. The air blows the light aluminum and plastic things onto another belt. Glass bottles and jars stay behind. People sort them by color, green, brown, and clear. Each color glass is crushed and stored in a separate bin. So they have to sort out all the different glasses. The aluminum and plastic get separated too. The aluminum cans are dropped into a machine. It flattens and packs them into tight bundles. These bundles are called bales. The different kinds of plastics get crushed and packed into bales too. So it gets crushed into these big bales of aluminum. But what about all those newspapers? They just stay on the garbage floor. Do they just stay on the garbage floor? Sorry about that. No, the newspapers go on another belt. At the end of the belt, swish, the newspapers fall and flutter like autumn leaves. They tumble down into a machine that packs them into bales too. So they get packed into bales just like the aluminum cans. All the trash is sorted and packed now. There are big bales of steel, aluminum, plastic, and newspaper. There are huge bins of brown, green, and clear crushed glass. Trucks wait to take it all out to factories. There it will be made into brand new things. What happens to steel cans? Some are melted down and made into new steel cans. Recycled steel also becomes toys, trays, and lunch boxes. Recycling old steel costs less than making new steel. So they're saving money recycling the old steel. What happens to aluminum cans? They are melted too and made into new cans. Can you imagine 80 billion aluminum cans? That's how many are used each year in America. But the empty soda can you throw away today can be made into a new can and back on a store shelf in only 6 weeks. Aluminum is also used to make bicycles, canoes, tennis rackets, and lots of other things. So it only takes 6 weeks to take those cans and remake them into another can. What happens to glass? Glass is melted down to make new bottles and jars, like aluminum and steel. Glass can be recycled over and over and over again. I know, guys, it's a long story, but it's a good one. What happens to plastics? Soft, clear plastic is melted and made into bottles, like the kind soda comes in. It is also used to make carpets and warm linings for snowsuits and sleeping bags. Harder plastic is turned into trash cans, pipes, and plastic lumber. Plastic lumber is strong and heavy, just like real wood. It can be used to build fences, playgrounds, and park benches. What happens to paper? Newspaper is shredded into tiny pieces. These pieces are mixed with water and turned into a gloppy paste. It is called pulp. Pulp is pressed and rolled out to make new newspaper. But newspapers can only be recycled a few times. After that, it falls apart. Paper is the largest part of our trash. So that's the most we throw away is paper. Besides newspapers, there are magazines, phone books, cards, letters, books, and more. And where does all that paper come from? Trees. Lots and lots of trees. So we have to cut down trees to make paper. So if we start recycling the paper, maybe they won't have to cut down as many trees. Not every piece of paper can be recycled, but if everyone in America recycled just their Sunday newspapers, 500,000 trees could be saved each week. Recycled paper can be used to make paper towels, posters, and cardboard for aid cartons, cereal boxes, and game boards too. So if everybody just recycled their paper, it would save so many trees. Everything you put out to be recycled comes back again. Look in your room for recycled things. Then you can tell your parents, this used to be trash. So have you ever gotten hand-me-down clothes from brothers and sisters or maybe other family members? That's recycling your clothes. Or you give some to a thrift store, or you buy some from the thrift store. That's recycling, so you don't have to buy new things. All right, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.